In this video, we're looking at audio interfaces and why you should consider this guy, the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, over any other budget audio interface, including its very popular little brother, the Focusrite Solo. You ready? Let's go. Hey everyone, my name is Dave Betts, and if you're new here, I'm working hard on building a channel dedicated to learning with a particular focus at the moment on photography and videography. And by the way, in that pursuit of learning, I've changed my background again. I'd love to hear what you think. Is it good? Is it bad? Be constructive, maybe not mean, but that's cool. Let's get into it. Whether you are into making videos or podcasts or producing music, I don't need to persuade you that great audio matters, but let's be real. For most of us, getting the best possible gear around is about as likely as, climbing Everest on a unicycle. It's just not on the cards, is it? If you're anything like me, the big question is this: how can we get the best possible quality with the lowest possible budget, especially with an audio interface? I mean, how many of you are excited to buy an audio interface? Let's be real, no one wants to. If you're that kind of rare unicorn who bought the audio interface before your cameras, your mics, or your instruments, let me know, because I will pin your comment to the top of this video so we can celebrate the fact that you even exist. The thing is, audio interfaces are actually really important, but they're kind of boring. So the question is, what is the best possible interface at the lowest possible price in 2021? It depends on your context, ultimately, but I really do think it's this one. It's the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, and here is why. This is the third generation of the 2i2. It's USB powered, and it's got two hybrid mic and line inputs, which means that you can record to two separate channels at once. Tuck that piece of information away, because we'll get back to that in a minute. That's a big deal. As you can probably tell, I'm actually recording this video using the Scarlett right now. It has some pretty good preamps. It has phantom power just here, and it has a really straightforward and simple monitoring system. I like that. It has this pretty cool option as well to press the air button to create a little bit of a brighter sound. I like that. It's simple and helpful. Lights around the gain show you whether you're peaking or not. It will go from green to red to yellow, or green to yellow to red. It's super simple. It's pretty basic on the back. There's just two line outputs. I'm not going to show you it. It's pretty standard, and it looks pretty great, don't you think? All of this works out at around $175 but keep an eye out, because there are lots of deals out there at the moment. But you might be asking, well, hang on, there's some cheaper options out there, so why this one over the Solo or other alternatives? Well, the Solo is the same in so many ways. The monitoring setup is the same without the option to switch between mono and stereo. The outputs are the same. The gain setup, ability to add brightness with the air button, and even the ability to record with both a line and mic input, that's all the same, and it still looks great. And depending on where you find it, it's like $30 less, possibly more if you get a good deal. But here's the problem. The single mic input on the Solo is really limiting. Sure, it's fine if you want to DI an electric guitar, but what if you want to double mic your acoustic? Sure, it's great if you're hosting a podcast by yourself, but then what happens when you have a guest? What if you want to record a backup mic, like a lav mic or something, just in case something goes wrong on your main mic? For the very minor price difference, I really do think that extra input is a huge deal. It's better to have something and not need it than to need something and not have it, right? And if your experiences are anything like mine, you will need it. So in a nutshell, that's why I went for this one, the 2i2 over the Solo, and why I think maybe you should too. But hey, that's just my opinion. That's all. In reality, they're both good options. You do you, but what about cheaper alternatives as well? Well, firstly, let me tell you that I haven't used every budget interface out there. So there is an element of bias here. There's a lack of information, I guess, as well. But having used numerous Scarlett devices in the past, I just trust them. I've probably used 10 or so different brands of interfaces over the years, and of all the Zooms and Tascams and Behringers and M Audios and various other brands that I've used, which are all fine, by the way. I haven't had any massive issues. Focusrite is the one that has never, ever, ever given me any issues. They just keep things really simple, and they do things really well. And if you're wondering, don't worry, I'm not sponsored by them. I mean, look at my subscriber count. Why would anyone sponsor me? It's fine, don't worry. I'm telling you this not because I'm getting anything out of it, but because I genuinely mean it. And hopefully my experiences and my mistakes in the past will help you in picking an audio interface. for yourself. Ultimately, they are just good products. There's one caveat though. I would say one thing. If you're planning on doing any field recording, like maybe interviewing people at an event or recording a podcast on the move or something like that, consider something like the Zoom H4n Pro. That's what I use when I'm on the move. And what's great about that is that it doesn't need to be connected to a computer to record, which is really helpful. And it actually does also work as an audio interface too, but it's not my favorite that way. It's not great. But by the way, for a review of that, you can click the card above or find the link in the description below. But that's only if you're on the move regularly. Otherwise, this guy is the one to go to. So there, I've said it. I think the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 is the best audio interface on a budget for 2021. But what do you think? I love learning from you. I really appreciate your comments. So let me know your thoughts below. And if you found this video helpful, you know the deal. Why not consider giving it a thumbs up or perhaps even subscribing to get more videos like this? And if you're feeling super kind, you can even click the link in the description to buy me a snazzy cup of digital tea. Obviously, your support is a huge deal for me in building this channel. So that's enough. Just the fact that you're here is enough. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And if you've liked it, I've added a playlist of mic reviews above that you might find helpful. Hopefully it will be helpful. Feel free to check it out wherever you are in the world, and whatever you're doing right now, have an amazing day, and I will see you very soon. Bye.